So after 24 hours of traveling from the US, finally made it to Surabaya. Exciting 10-day adventure in East Java ahead. I'm excited to see my mate Matt for the first time in a few months. And yeah, it's gonna look a bit like this. Hey son, how's it going, brother? Long time no see.
Do you, mate?
So we've finally made it to East Java. It's our second day here in Surabaya. And yeah, we've picked up the car this morning. Apart from the fact that they tried to overcharge us $150 US, it all went smoothly. Just stock standard, you've got to make sure that you've got your emails and all your paperwork correct to make sure you don't get ripped off. So we've got 10 days here in East Java. We're just driving out to Malang, and there's this famous rainbow village that we're going to check out now. And yeah, let's... So we're here in the Jodipan colourful village just outside Malang. So the story behind this village is that a group of university students wanted to help out this village that was struggling with poverty and pollution. So they had the idea that to cover the whole entire town in multicoloured paint and blue, and in doing so attracting tourism and therefore money to help out the locals here. It's actually really something to behold. Like, never really seen a town painted like this. Even like the pavements, the walls, the windows, everything is a different colour, and it actually like contrasts really nicely. We're going to get the drone up and take some aerial shots that are going to look pretty cool, I presume. So yeah, let's check it out. So it's day 3 and we've kicked off the morning with a visit to Tumpak Sewu. Definitely the panoramic views around that waterfall is just something to be seen. Once you find yourself at the bottom of the waterfall, it's really quite amazing to see hundreds of little streams of waterfalls coming down all around you. The waterfall creates more of a mist than actual like sheer force of water coming down, so you can actually step underneath the water and feel the water as it comes on top of you. The path down is quite dodgy to say the least. I wouldn't recommend wearing thongs or open-toed shoes, but even still, whatever shoes you wear are going to get completely soaked, because not only have you got rickety bamboo bridges, but you also find yourself having to actually trek through the waterfalls to get down there. But yeah, we're trekking down to the second waterfall for today. Let's see what kind of footage we can get. singing that.
That's all I know.
So when you come to East Java and you want to see these waterfalls, they're all located in like, whoa! They're all located just south of Bromo in an area called Lumajang, which makes it handy because you can just spend the day just traveling 10 minutes in between visiting these waterfalls, and they all look so different. Like they each have their own characteristics. You can get a unique shot for each of them. And it's just a really nice day just chasing waterfalls. So definitely wear clothes that you really don't care about getting wet or ruining, and likewise for your shoes, because you're just gonna get mud all over them and they're gonna get soaked. So bring a towel as well. Got mine clipped to my bag here. If you're up for the exhausting hikes, you're gonna get a good payoff with those photos. Like, those are once in a lifetime kind of photos, those ones. Day 4, and after a 5-hour drive from Lumajang, we're here at Red Island Beach. It makes a good stopover if you're planning to go to Mount Ijen like we are from the waterfalls around Lumajang. You get some nice mountain looking formations along the coastline. We were here in the day just having a bit of a swim, and we thought we'd come back for sunset, but it's looking a bit cloudy for a nice red sky, so we'll have to make do. But yeah, Red Island Beach. So we've made it to Banyuwangi after a 2-hour drive from Red Island. It is 7 PM and we are gonna hike Mount Ijen in about 4 hours. Along the way we stopped by at, what's the place called?
I don't know. The fucking forest. The secret forest.
We stopped by at Jodipan Secret Forest, which was planted by the Dutch when they came here all those years ago. So that's a nice stop off point if you're looking for something to do on your way from Red Island to Banyuwangi. But for now we're just going to get ready for the hike. We're going to get some rest and head off in a few hours.
Do that thing where yeah, and then yeah.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Alright, that's a wrap for Mount Ijen. Yeah, unreal experience. Haven't seen anything like that before. The hike up was pretty damn steep. Probably steeper than I expected. And actually we were the first ones down at the bottom of the crater. What was really interesting as well was seeing the local sulfur miners here. Just the sheer amount of weight that they're carrying up these steep inclines is insane. When you look at these guys' shoulders though, you can see why. Their shoulders are just scarred and bruised, and it just like, apparently all their nerves just die, which is why they just feel no pain carrying these baskets on their shoulders. But for now, it's time to walk down, get some rest, and then after that I think we're going to start heading towards Bromo. So it has been a big day. Started the day off in Probolinggo. We did the Matakaripura waterfall. The local guide that we got was actually a really nice guy though, just friendly, having a chat with us, and he had the most spectacular mullet going around. But right now actually we're in a hotel in Malang again, because we spent all day trying to sort out how we can get a trail bike to do Mount Bromo. And we thought Probolinggo was going to be the place. It turns out that was not the case. The only real places we could find were in Malang. I'll put the link of where we got the motocross bikes in the description, because honestly that will save you the full 4 hours maybe. I tried WhatsApping, Facebook messaging, emailing different places and people trying to get this bike organised. Otherwise, you can definitely find a moped in Probolinggo. We just wanted the trail bikes. So yeah, we'll see what we can get on camera and check back with you then. So we've just visited Bromo, 100%, when we were at that King Kong Hill lookout. That was the most amazing landscape I've ever seen. My mate Matt got like a long exposure whilst it was still nighttime with the stars, and you could see like the flames, some flames coming from the volcano. I don't even know where they're coming from. We can't see them now, it's daylight, but it was some sort of redness if it wasn't flames. Once you get to the sea of sand, after the sunrise is finished, to come and hike the volcano itself and look down into the sulfur, you're basically just driving across miles and miles of black sand. It feels like you're out of a Mad Max movie. You do slip and slide a lot, your back wheels like this the whole time. Just got to take it slow, but yeah, we've just finished the hike to Bromo. Now we're coming back to our bikes. We're gonna head back to Malang, maybe get a few more shots out on the flats, the sea of sand. And then that's going to be a wrap for our East Java trip. I'll be back in a sec just to give my final thoughts and my final advice. Catch you in a bit. So I actually did record my final thoughts at the airport later that night, but it was like 3 AM and I was speaking like a zombie. So it's important to know that there's not much English being spoken in East Java, and in terms of transportation, you really need to sort that out yourself, as in drive yourself around, or pay $100 to hire a driver per day to drive you around. And again, you have to be comfortable driving in the traffic around East Java, and it's a little bit different than driving, say for me, back home in Australia or other Western countries. Bali is only the next island to the east, but the level of tourism is just on a completely different level. So it's pretty rustic and you're gonna feel a bit uncomfortable at times. If you're willing to put up with that, some of the things you'll see and the experiences you will have will just make up for it. It's not too often that you just get to hike up a volcano or rock up to a waterfall and you being the only ones there, and it's like this magnificent waterfall. And also I'll link a blog post by a guy called Jackson Groves about what he did on his trip in East Java. And we essentially just followed that, and he goes into a lot more detail about the places that you've seen in the video. If you've made it this far in the video, then thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.